Hi, we're Ian and Julie. Follow us on our tiny homestead and our debt-free project of a lifetime, the building of our shipping container home here in the Pyrenees, and all of this alongside our full-time jobs. Our garage doors have arrived. Just like that, he's gone.
All right, sorry about the filthy workshop. With this build, we seem to have neglected everything. You know, polytunnel, garden. Oh, it's been awful. We've just been everything's into the build every single day from 8 o'clock to 8 o'clock at night. So when I come back, I just throw stuff in, pick stuff up. Normally, every single bench is clear, ready for the next job. And I'm going to have to get back to that soon. So I'm back in the workshop because I brought one of those horizontal sections, and this is the one that's going to go over the water and the electrical conduit. So I've got to cut some holes in it. Now, you saw me when I was doing the I-beams, when we had those brackets I had to put on, retrofit those brackets. The fabricator of the garage gave me, or lent me, their magnetic drill, and it went through like butter. And so I went to look to rent one just for the weekend, because I've got to put all of the framing wood on in between the I-beams so I can get my siding up. This stuff you can screw straight in with a self-tapping screw, but the I-beams, it's 6mm thick steel. So I went to the rental place. €280 for the weekend to rent a drill. Looked online to my one of my favourite stores, Vivo, and I'm not sponsored, and checked out their magnetic drill, their cheapest one, although I did go to the next size, which I probably shouldn't have done because it's huge and it weighs so much, but it was €215, which is just ridiculous. Yes, it might not be as good as the one from the rental store, but I'm not going to use it that much. But when I do use it, I'll have it. Turn on the magnet. You can hear it buzz. So now it's grasped onto that beam. A bit of WD-40 because that's the only sort of cooling lubricant I've got. Let's go. Just misses the actual magnetic base, so the maximum size you can do, I think I forgot what they said, but in the book, but that just misses it. There's a tiny millimeter gap, so I'm lucky with that. So here we go again. Spray some of that around. There will be a bit of smoke this time. Right, back on site. I've just given this post a lick of paint after taking off some of the rust spots. Julie's just trying to open the big waterproofing paint tin.
No help for me, Ian.
No, painting is your job.
I can't open it.
And that's what we're going to put on just below the on the back retaining wall where the steel siding is, which is there, is going to go. So these are my two pipes, the water, and this is just electrical conduit that's going off to the house. So for this pipe, I'm just going to put a bit of tape, gaffer tape around here, just to protect it when I'm putting it through the metal. And then I'm going to slide them over and hopefully they'll all fit. Bolt this final post in, which now the paint has dried. It's beautiful sunny here today. So the paint is all dried. And then afterwards, I'm going to spray some spray foam inside to insulate around this section. There will be insulation all within this wall cavity here anyway, but I just want to double make sure that between that steel that there is something in there. So it's time to get some wood on these metal beams so I can put up any siding, the next false beams that's going along the top here. So I've got the wood that you saw us collect from the wood yard. It's dried out for the last week or so in some pretty nice sun. So I'm going to get that up there. I'm using the drill that I just bought that we used this morning to cut those big metal holes. It'll be the first time used on these I-beams, so I'm going to secure it hopefully well. And the EcoFlow won't die in the middle of it and it drops on me. And then I'm going to bolt two of these planks together and sandwich it between the I-beam. Oh, it's so heavy. It's working fine now. Perfect. Right.
That's like you're resting it on the ledge?
Yeah. Oh, it is heavy. So lining up the drill as I go.
Hope that EcoFlow doesn't stop.
Well, I've got it as well. That's the thing.
Okay.
Just nudging forward.
First washer and nuts going on.
Get the next one in. So I'm using a washer on both sides, and that's why I put that 25mm recess in. So the washer is pulled in to allow it flush. You can see the hole, there it is.
There's a bumblebee round you, Ian.
Where?
I can hear it.
It's good when a plan actually works.
Yay.
When you're lying in bed all night thinking about it.
And he does. He never switches off.
How you actually, I mean, it must have been done 100 times before or thousands of times before, but when you do it yourself, you're reinventing it because you've never done it before. If I do that minus the bulb, that would be 308.
You got a pencil?
Yeah, I just had to notch out for this little bolt here. I've taken enough out now. It should be okay.
Oh God, it's just there again.
Oh no.
Oh, it's scary. I'm so worried that the electricity's just going to go bing, flat battery. It's heavy. It's such a heavy unit.
It's not as heavy. The other one was nowhere near as heavy as it is.
When Ian went online to buy this, there was two options, a small one and this one.
Well, less power, it said. It might have been the same size, but...
Well, the one we got from the fabricators for the garage definitely wasn't as big as this unit.
I can't, it's on the got the brake on, isn't it?
I've got all the brakes off.
Well, I can't.
Oh, gone the might of Julie's hand. Yay!
Stop.
Oh.
Alright, last one.
Last one, okay.
Got it?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Oh, Jesus. Heavy. Oh.
Right, we're carrying on with the framing, the wood framing for the garage. I'm concentrating on the front because I want to position the garage door. So this one is going to be quite reinforced because it's going to hold the garage door across this top section. Get this done and we're going to get some house wrap on here and hopefully start bringing the siding forward. But yeah, I'm basically just lining the steel, bolting through where I can, and screwing down into this thinner stuff here. I can screw down with self-tappers, but the thicker I-beams I have to drill out and put a bolt through.
Majority of stores subject to availability. Online varies max 3 for customer selected bottles only. Please drink responsibly. Ends 14th Feb. There is one.
Right, to find out where I've got to put my supports. I've just unwrapped the garage door and put in the 2 vertical sliders. So this is going to be a rolling door going up onto a roll. It's self-supporting near enough. That is perfectly level. It's sitting on the floor slab. So I've just got to put in 2 supports going up that hold a couple of brackets for these top sections here, which will hold the roll bar and the motor. So it's getting real now, getting actual things put on the garage. The first part of the garage door install is putting up the rails. They're self-supporting, and that is the axle for the roller. So at the moment I've just got it clamped loosely, and that'll follow the post all the way down to the ground there. The ground is perfectly level, so the top here, as you saw, is totally level. So what I've done, I've just put some blocking in there. There's 2 supports that go across there, along there, and another one at the top. So they all match. So they're the only things basically holding it and giving it rigidity for the side to side here. Along these here are small brackets that will have to be drilled into the metal, or I might have to put some blocking down here to get them in, because I'm not sure I'll have enough room just here. It's a pretty simple install. To show you the roller, here's the roller there. So that roller is got the motor combined into it, and then we have the slats that's slapped all together. So they basically jigsaw into each other here, and you put those in one by one. And we've had them basically grey anthracite, 7016 the colour is, which near enough is the majority of this garage. So that contrasted to the Douglas fir should be really, really nice. So today's project is basically to finish off all of this, I'll call it blocking, but the framing wood, so we can actually start putting the Douglas fir on the front. It is another beautiful day. It's about 10 o'clock, the sun's just come up. The last 2 weeks have been absolute perfect weather for building. We've been coming up sort of mid-morning. Once the sun comes up, you don't have to start getting all dressed up. I'm going to show you what we did with the electrical. So we put in the safety tape. So if you dig down, you'll see that tape before you hit any of the electrical. It's quite expensive, so I didn't bother with the water one. I'll put red down for electrical, as that's probably the most dangerous. So we're going to leave it at this point for now, because it has got to stretch out over to there for the house. I'm just preparing to put the fascia plate, or the blocking in this part here. This is a major part because it's my first corner coming round to the small door here, so I want to have a lot of fixings in this side here. So I've just made a small template that sits in the center, so that's going to be my center there, and I'm just going to go up every 40 centimeters, so just over a foot. That should be enough, all bolted in. Again, it's only holding up the siding. So, right, we're going to get the big drill out. Julie's now putting on a coat of bug protector. So none of this wood is being dipped or anything. So we're just putting on this protection, and that supposedly lasts for 40 years. But all of this is internal. We'll be putting house wrap on this and then boarding it in. But we do have the risk of termites here. Yeah. Not that we've seen any ever, but...
No. Well, it's the same stuff that I've treated all the exterior bardage wood, the siding.
Yeah.
I treated all that, and now just any bare wood, I just saturate it in this stuff. The only thing is, I need to be a few extra feet. Yeah, you're going to have to get up here and do the top bit for me. I can't reach.
Turn him on. Voila! That's a lot easier having it down here than above your head. I would say it made light work of it, but it's a blooming heavy machine. That must be a good 30 kilo. But getting that drill through the metal makes it so much easier than trying to get my hand drill pushing. And I can go straight through with a 10, is it 10? Yeah, 10 mil drill. No pre-tapping or any, pre-drilling at all. It holds it steady, it doesn't waver at all. But I did go to the drill and not the flat bit that I used before. That did move around a bit and made a lot of heat, where the drill, a good sharp drill, went straight through like butter really.
We got the safety hounds with us today. Little Freya and Floki.
These are just so the nut and the washer are flush. Just get one nut and a washer on loosely to hold them on. Alright, I'm just going to carry on and do all the rest, pull it all in and do the top. A little bit of an intricate detail around the garage. Working with wood and metal, we've got to cut around bolts and brackets. Just sit now, nice and neat there. These are for the garage fittings here. So that's why I've temporarily put the garage posts up so I can see where the fixings have got to be. All ready for the garage. Hides the bolt and just goes around the bracket there. Right, just built my first wall. Alright, it's a difficult one this, trying to get the fixings in. If I do that and then do by hand with a socket,
Yeah.
at least. First time I've
White knuckles putting a few screws in. Oh, that's working.
I'm just trying to join this corner here. It's quite difficult. I've got the two bits of metal plus the wall. So I've just used a bit of this Douglas fir that I cut off the post. Big chunky piece of wood that I'm going to put on there.
Oh, it just fits through.
Does it?
Yeah. Not got much to spare.
So we've got all the front wood now all bolted on both sides. So we're near enough ready for the house wrap. So this is what we've done today. Finished off, I put an extra bit in here just to match up with the brackets. Put in the garage sides, as you saw. All of this wood is on and all ready for the false beam down here. Julie's just finishing off the painting for the upstands, so they'll all be ready. But really it's just a matter of putting as much wood in now as possible. Just like plasterboarding a house out, we've got to think of where we're needing fixings or future fixings. So tomorrow we're going to go to the store and start getting some electrical cable, because I've got to start wiring in here, putting in all the conduits for the garage and the outdoor front lights and camera. So and that will come down to a switch which will be just here, and then on this side inside will be the up and down for the garage, because we're going to open this door and walk in this way, so that will be there to go blip blip. Alright, I think that will be it for today.